Welcome to Conversations with the Empress. I am the Empress. And today we have another installment of the Raw and Real Wednesday. No graphics, no edits, just me popping my shit. I don't know why I get a kick out of that line. You guys know I always laugh, but I really get a kick out of it. Um, so a lot has happened since last week, but the one thing that people have been asking me about is this whole Cam Newton shit, okay? For those of you who don't know, Cam Newton had a lot to say about boss bitches. Watch this.
Woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, girl, I'm a bad bitch. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
And it's a lot of women who are bad bitches, and I say bitches in a way not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
So this is what I'm going to say, right? Let me do my hair while I'm talking. Move this so y'all can see. What I will say about Cam Newton's statements is that, first of all, let's look at Cam Newton, right? Cam Newton is an excellent football player, a father, and I'm sure a bunch of other positive things. Let me start with that. Okay? However, throughout his life, he has had a string of women and infidelities and making babies outside of his relationships and a whole bunch of other dog-like behavior, okay? And with anything, I can separate somebody's talent from who they are as a person, His talent and who he is as a person is two totally different things. I don't take anything away from his talent, okay? Now, he said that women think they're boss bitches, but then they can't cook. Let me tell you what's wrong with that statement, right? What's wrong with that statement, first of all, is to say that she's not a boss bitch because she can't cook for you. Okay? Her not being able to cook for a man does not take away from her being a boss bitch. The two don't have anything together, have anything to do with each other. And honestly, like, something that I've learned, because I happen to be a boss bitch that can cook, is that I don't want to cook for somebody that ain't trying to be in a relationship. I'm not cooking for somebody that's just dick. Because why should you get my wifey skills when you ain't trying to make me wifey? I used to cook for people and, really treat them the way I would treat my man, but they wasn't my man. Like, they're not deserving of that. And the other flip side of that is, I agree with him that a woman should know how to cook. Okay? I grew up in a day and age where knowing how to cook was important. Okay? My mother, everybody will tell you, I call her the Black Mother Stewart. She cooked dinner, breakfast for me and my father my whole life, like every day. I never went without a home cooked meal, other than like on weekends when she was just taking a break and we would do something out. My mother knew how to cook, and she was also a boss bitch because she went to work every day. Okay? My mother was a teacher and union president for almost the whole time that she was a teacher. My mother was a teacher for 30 some years. So she went to school and taught and had multiple kids that were her kids at school. And then she came home and raised me and my brother, cooked for us, was a wife, a mother, took care of the home and everything. So my mom was that boss bitch that could cook, okay, and clean and do all those things that a man wants a woman to do. So it is possible to be both. So I do agree that a woman should know how to cook. but not specifically for a man. I think a woman should know how to cook because a woman should know how to cook. But back to Cam, back to Cam. The thing that I'll say, and he also said that, you know, we don't know when to be quiet. Now, this is the other thing. That goes back to that whole archaic thing, oh, a woman should be seen and not heard. And that's a statement that a man like Cam Newton would make because he doesn't want to be challenged on anything. Because there's a lot to challenge him on, I'm pretty sure. If you have seen the string of women that he has left in his path, he has had some really successful boss bitches in his life that he couldn't keep. And I'm pretty sure it was him. I'm pretty sure it was him after these statements. Now the other thing that he said was that women don't know how to let men lead. Now that in itself was the real reason why I want to talk about this shit. I talk about this all the time because I meet men who say, let me lead. First of all, if you're a man who is a leader, a real leader, yeah, get ready for this. If you're a man who is a real, true leader in every sense of the word, in your own life and other people's lives, your woman will naturally give you the lead. It's not something that you're going to have to say, let me have it, give it to me. You're not going to have to do that. You know, it will happen naturally. She will give it to you. Because this is the controversial shit. I feel that women, when I'm talking about women, I'm talking about heterosexual women. This is not talking about, LGBTQ. I'm strictly talking about heterosexual relationships and heterosexual women and men. Heterosexual women will gladly give a man a lead if he's worthy of it. Okay? Now, this whole boss bitch movement, this is the thing that people are not getting, and especially Cam is not getting. Women don't want to have to take the lead. Okay? We don't want to. I know you don't think that, but we don't. But most of us who are leaders and take the lead on things are in that position because we have had no choice but to be that. Okay? You know, speaking from my own experience, I have met lots of guys in the lifestyle, outside of the lifestyle, that wanted to have the lead, but they couldn't even lead themselves. How are you going to tell a woman who has everything going on for herself, on her own, did it herself, without support of a man, okay, to let you lead? And then when you come into her life, you want to lie, you want to be shady, you want to have other women, you want to make babies outside the relationship. But then you think a woman should cook and clean and suck and fuck. When you acting like that, you might as well just say you want a stupid woman. That's cool. You want a stupid woman, and you want a woman with no self-worth. You know, you want just a doormat. That's what you want. So just say that. There's definitely women out here that'll give you that. But a quality woman is not going to give you that. A quality woman is going to push you to be the best version of yourself, and they're not going to accept you treating them like shit. You know, in every situation, every relationship I've ever been in, I always start off being that submissive woman, cooking, cleaning, all them things. And then, you know what guys do when they get that from you? They take it for granted, and they think that, oh, she's pressed for me because she's doing all these things. No, I'm falling in line with the natural role of man and woman. But then men have to come and start doing fuckboy shit and stupid shit, and then wonder why their submissive little angel done turned into this fire-breathing dragon because you gave me no choice. You know, men want a submissive woman, but you don't want to create the environment for her to be submissive. And furthermore, what is it about men thinking because they have money that then gives them the lead. That doesn't give you the lead. You getting the lead is not about your money and your status and your success. You getting the lead is about you being a good fucking man, you know, and making your woman feel protected and safe and loved and cared for and cherished. All them things. It's work. Having a submissive woman is work, especially if she has a boss bitch attitude and she's had to be the boss of her own life for so long. So, you know, I feel like a lot of guys, including Cam, they want that shiny quarter, you know what I mean? They want that shiny coin. But then when they get it, they're like, oh, well, it's shining too bright. You know, it's shining brighter than me. I don't want a coin that's shining brighter than me. She can shine, but she can't shine brighter than me. And that in itself is not the attitude of a leader or a king. It's not. A king is going to want his woman to be powerful just like him. You know, a king is going to want that. A king will also understand that even though his queen is powerful and able to slay dragons herself, she would gladly give that up for him if he was worthy of it. You know? I don't know how many times I've said this, and like, you know, being a boss bitch myself, the type of guys that I encounter are either guys who are intimidated by me, guys who are insecure about themselves, you know, and can't handle it and want to tear down at me because they're insecure. I never meet a guy who looks at me and says, damn, she doing her thing. You know, she happy, she's successful, she's independent, you know, she bad as hell. Like, I'd love to have her on my arm. Not to contain me or put me in a box, but to celebrate me and exalt me the same way I'ma do. Like, you know, that would be the ideal situation. Alpha man and alpha woman together. But the problem is, a lot of these guys that call themselves alpha or whatever, they not really alpha. They just little boys that got issues. the most of the people that I have met that want to be alpha and got issues, they got mommy issues, they got daddy issues, they got, you know, childhood issues, you know, heartbreak issues. One woman broke their heart and they changed after that. Like, everything you are is based on where you've been. Okay? Everything you are is based on where you've been. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're trying to control them and change them and you got a problem with everything that they do, take a look at yourself, because it's probably a projection of the shit that you don't like about you. But them statements that he made, I was just like torn about it, because I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, men love to eat and they love when women can cook. And I get that. I also get that women, sometimes we run our mouths a lot and we don't know when to shut up. I agree with that too. However, if you were a man of your snuff and you was a guy that was worth it, you wouldn't have them issues. Your woman would give that to you automatically. Unless, let me bring it back and bring it to the women now. Unless you have a woman who has been through her own fair share of shit and she has trauma and she's never had a good example of a father or a good man in her life, a man that could lead her. You know, you got to be careful about the women you choosing as well. And the only reason why I said in this situation I think is Cam is because most of the women that Cam was with, they have moved on to better men. Like, they have moved on to men that treat them better. So, and I mean, you can look at Cam's past and tell that he's not, you know, husband of the year, boyfriend of the year, or whatever. You know, he has a long string of infidelities and whatnot. And, you know, maybe Cam would be better off in a poly situation, like a polygamous situation where you get to have a whole bunch of women and they're only with you and they live to serve you and that's it. Good luck with that though. Good fucking luck. It was just wild to hear him say what he said, and I was just like, damn, I really have to speak on it, because that's something that I talk about all the time, is that I am very sexually progressive. I'm very progressive in my thought and everything. But I do like the traditional roles of men and women when it comes to a certain extent. But the older I get, the more I'm learning that it's gonna, it's not easy to find someone I feel that is worthy of those old school positions in my life. I've been toying around with being monogamous, and I'm headed back to being poly because honestly, poly is less stressful for me. I put less pressure on a situation when it's poly. And I don't think there's any man out here that's worthy of my monogamy. Haven't met him yet. And when I say worthy of my monogamy, I mean worthy of me putting all my eggs in your motherfucking basket and trusting that you ain't gonna break them bitches, okay? With poly, I ain't gotta put all my eggs in one basket. I can spread my eggs around into multiple baskets. If you break one, okay, you can have that one. Oh, God. I'll be trying both. But the way these guys are set up out here, yeah, a girl gonna stay poly forever. And I'm cool with it. I'm gonna get my needs met regardless, but, before you speak on women, make sure you're a man that's worthy of what you speaking on, okay? Because if you a guy that's not worthy of what you speaking on, you just look really fucking stupid, okay? Because now a whole bunch of y'all pseudo alphas, pseudo lead men gonna look at Cam stuff and run with that shit and be like, yeah, Cam said you ain't a boss bitch because you can't cook and you gonna be in the street. So what, she can't cook? Is she putting a roof over your head? Do you have a job? Do you have a place to stay on your own? No, you don't? Okay, then shut the fuck up. See? And that's why you don't have a submissive woman. Because you ain't doing what you need to do for you. You can't ask a woman to be submissive and let you lead when you can't lead your motherfucking self. And that's the wrong real, baby. Okay?
Hey, yo. Thanks for watching. My contact information is below. Please go like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Your support is as always appreciated. If you want to show that support with them dollars though, throw your girl a CashApp, you feel me? Until we meet again, smooches.